Hello everyone, Zack here bringing you the Team Taste game of the day. You want taste? Today's game we have George on the left playing UmbreonGX Denial with Eradicate and all that fun stuff, Skull Grunt, Team Flare Grunt Hammers. And on the right we have Zack playing the Decidueye Tauros deck. I'm really taking a liking to it, it's running pretty solid. So George is going to start, Ultra Ball away, Eradicate and Lysander, grabbing an Eevee, attaching a Dark Energy, and using Energy Evolution to evolve right up into that UmbreonGX. Solid, like 60 HP to 200 HP jump on turn 1, not too bad. Then George is going to set up, grab 5 cards, looking, then just going to play in, not having anything going. He's probably afraid of that Rattata just dying turn 1 to the Decidueye. Feather Arrow drops. Only takes 2 to get the knockout. So pretty solid. Both players going to shuffle on up and draw 6 cards. First turn then is usually solid. You know, never know what your opponent has. Unless you have that Gumshoes GX with that hand scope ability. So good. George is just going to pass, not do anything. So Zack's going to play Trainer's Mail. Looks like there's no trainers to pick up from there. Then going to play a Forest, evolve into a Dartrix, and play End right away. Forest lets you evolve up first turn. Super good. Makes Decidueye near, not broken, but so good. So, Zack's just going to play and shuffle on up. Not sure how this matchup's going to go. The Umbreon deck does a pretty good job of keeping energies off the field. So, and the Decidueye needs 2 attachments to hit that Razor Leaf. So both players going to grab 6. Zack really wants his Decidueye sound. Looks like he has 1 in his hand. Yep. Going to play down that Decidueye. Going to play Timer Ball. Flip 2 coins for each heads. Look for an evolution card. That looks like Zack's just going to fail it. Probably doesn't want to grab anything. Has like a Shaman or something. And then, yep, Zack going to Shaman. Set up for a couple. Looks like 3. Going to play down a Rowlet. And then going to attach a Bursting Balloon and a double colorless to the Shaman. Probably afraid of attaching it to the Decidueye with Flare Grunt and all that other fun stuff. Storage. Zack's just going to pass. Oh, did he Feather Arrow at all? Maybe he's going to, yeah. So George plays Crushing Hammer, misses it. Play Trainer Mail. Grabbing another Crushing Hammer, trying to hit that double colorless. Oh, Zack seeing that George didn't put the 20 for the Feather Arrow. Nice guy, George, letting him. Gonna play the Crushing Hammer and hits another Tails. Oh, and then gonna play Team Skull Grunt, the new card. Oh, Zack's hand consists of 2 double colorless and a Sycamore. Oh, that hurts a lot. And then George is just gonna pass. The Bursting Balloon gets discarded. So Zack's just gonna Sycamore. You know, hurts not having that double colorless to play. So I can play the Level Ball, grabbing that Dartrix. Then gonna Ultra Ball away a Forest and another Grass Energy. Lots of energy going to Zack's discard pile early. Gonna grab that Decidueye, get another one on the field. And then gonna attach a Grass Energy to the Decidueye and Shaman set up. Probably looking for a Float Stone. Could Sky Return knock out that Rattata, that'd be pretty good. Looks like Zack missed the Float Stone. Gonna Decidueye drop on the Rattata for knockout, take a prize. Gonna play a Trainer's Mail. Oh, no trainers again. Trainer's Mail is either really good or really bad. Sometimes it can be in between. George is gonna promote that Umbreon and draw for turn, play a Trainer's Mail. The Feather Arrow. Ooh, George hits an Enhance Hammer. That's the 3rd double colorless to go into Zack's discard pile. That's not looking too great for Zack. He doesn't play any special energy recover. So that can hurt later on. And then George is going to Sycamore away and a Skarmory and an Umbreon. Oh, that Skarmory can be pretty brutal. That for 2 colorless, it discards all special energy on the field. So that can hurt yourself, but it can really screw over your opponent. George's going to play Trainer's Mail. Gonna be picking up a Parallel City. Plays the blue side, his side, so it's 3 George's way, and it reduces Zack's damage from grass Pokemon by 20. And then looks like Umbreon's probably going to attack. does for Shadow Bullet 90 to the active and 30 to the bench Pokemon. So it does 90 and 30 to the bench Shaman, setting up some easy knockouts on that Shaman. Zack's going to attach another Grass Energy to the Decidueye. Play Lysander on the Bunnelby. Has a 2 retreat cost, so it's pretty beefy. Does 1 Feather Arrow to the Bunnelby and 1 to the back Umbreon. Not sure what George plays for means of switching cards, but he's just going to double colorless retreat. And let's see what else he's going to do. He's going to be a Seeker for the Skull Grunt again. Misses its target this time, but not much left to discard from energy-wise. Oh, and then George is going to use Dark Call GX, discard both the Grass Energies on his Zack's Decidueyes. That's brutal. Zack needs a 2 energy attachments to attack, so that sets him back at least 2 turns. Oh, Zack's going to Lysander the Bunnelby again. And then going to Decidueye drop twice on the back Umbreon. So attach a double colorless and pass. George is going to play Crushing Hammer, misses the 3rd one. That hurts. So Umbreon's sitting at 80 damage, so he still has 120 damage left. Oh, George is going to Team Flare Grunt the 4th double colorless. I think that might be all 8 of Zack's energy in the discard. George is going to play a Ultra Ball, grab Shaman. Going to help him draw some. Especially he already played Supporter for turn. So George is going to set up for that sweet 6. Not sure what George is planning on doing. Probably going to attach to the Bunnelby and then burrow twice. Oh, it discards a Tauros and a Decidueye GX. It's not the best. Looks like Zack's trying to set up an Ultra Ball. He wants to get another Decidueye set up. He knows he's not going to get a Tauros attack in this game. So Zack's going to throw away Dart Tricks and a VS Secret, looks like. Or a Timer Ball, I believe. Going to grab a Rowlet. Shuffling up. Oh, and then going to play the Revitalizer, grab 2 grass Pokemon from your discard. So he grabs a Dartrix and a Decidueye, but he doesn't have Forest or Giant Plants in play, so he's not going to be able to evolve right away. Zack does have a VS Seeker. He's going to play it. I'm going to play N. Yep. So both players get 6. Oh, no. Zack took a prize on the Rattata earlier. So he's going to have to draw 4 or 5. Josh distracted me trying to roll dice. It's team taste and their Yahtzee problems. It's really quite sad. Now he's touching my deck. Sometimes. Okay, Zack's gonna Feather Arrow, do 40 to the back Umbreon. So then George is gonna play Sycamore. Nope, wrong card. He's gonna play the Brock's Grit, shuffle in 6 energy and Pokemon, any combination. Only has a few to shuffle in. And then George probably has another energy to retreat that Bunnelby. Wants to start taking prizes on those Decidueyes. And then, gonna double dark retreat. Then use the Night Spear or Shadow Bullet. Close enough. And then plays the Dartrix. Oh, Zack's gonna VS Seeker for Lysander, and then put another 40 with the Feather Arrows onto the Umbreon. That must be getting really annoying. Looks like George doesn't play any Float Stones. He's gonna double colorless retreat again. That's been 6 energy used to retreat the Bunnelby. But George is gonna take a knockout on that front Decidueye. Zack still has yet to attack, but he's gonna take that knockout and put 30 on the Shaman. Zack's going to promote that Shaman. The logic there is Zack knows he's not going to attack. So he wants George to only be able to hit the 30 on the bench instead of hitting the 90 on the active and 30 to take out the Shaman. Just kind of maximizing your damage that your opponent's doing. And then Zack's going to go ahead and play an N. N's always good to play after your opponent's taking prizes. And then Zack's going to double Feather Arrow for the knockout under the Umbreon. Ooh, George is in a pretty tough spot. Maybe he can mill with the Bunnelby if he strings Hex together, possibly, but it's not looking too good. George thinking he attacked, but Zack's going to play down that Tauros and pass. So George is going to play VS Seeker. And I think he's playing a Brock's Grid again. Nope, I'm going to play Sycamore. Just making sure it was in there. So he's already attaching energy up to that front Bunnelby also. George is looking to get another Umbreon online. But he can't have much energy left to get it going. So, yep, George is just going to burrow twice. And then Zack's going to Ultra Ball. Not sure what he's looking for. Oh, another Rowlet. Maybe he can get out a third Decidueye again. But I don't think Zack plays 2 Revitalizers in this list. No, he's just gonna end. The deck's getting really thin, but he's gonna be able to knock out this Bunnelby with 2 Featheros this turn, so he's not that worried. George is gonna try to stall out, probably with Hexes. Not sure how many VS Secrets he has left. But, ooh, Zack's going to play the Super Rod. That's pretty good. Putting 3 energies back into his deck, probably. Yep, 3 energies. I was thinking about putting that Dartrix, but he still has 1 in deck, so it's not mandatory to put in. Yep, going to play, or use his Double Feather to take that knockout. And then Zack's going to pass his turn. Maybe Zack will be able to take this game without a knockout. Oh, George is going to attach energy to the Shaman and Hex. So Zack's not using any abilities this turn. Not going to get an attack off, probably. He has all 4 DC in the discard. Pretty rough. Right, Zack's going to attach Grass Energy, play Level Ball, fish out that Dartrix, off the Rowlet. He still has no Force in play. That Parallel City stuck pretty much all game. I know that's at least 1 Force in the deck, but Zack's just going to pass. George is going to attach another Dark Energy. And the Sky Return will take a knockout. He's trying to see, just make sure all 4 DC are in discard, or else that Decidueye could take a knockout. So let's see, George is playing the VS Seeker. Is he playing the Hex, or? Oh, no, now he's playing the Brock's Grid again. Trying to get what he needs to get an attack going. So shuffle in 6 Pokemon and energy. And then, gonna Sky Return for 30 and the knockout. George gets the 2 prizes. Zack promotes it to Decidueye. Evolves another Decidueye. Attaches a Bursting Balloon. Bursting Balloon he had in his hand prior, but it doesn't actually hit Shaman. Shaman goes back to the hand before the knockout's applied. So Zack's gonna Sycamore. Looks like it leaves him with 1 or 2 cards left in the deck. Gonna attach a Grass Energy to the Decidueye, play a Forest, and gonna drop 60 with Featheros onto the Shaman. George needs to hit like a Hex or something this turn. Both down to 2 prizes, incredibly close. But looks like George wouldn't be able to draw with the Shaman. He has too many cards in his hand from taking the prizes. And I think that's probably game unless George has a VS Seeker. Gonna hit Crushing Hammer. Nope, Tails. That was 0 for 4 with Crushing Hammers. When they don't work, it hurts. Yep. And George is gonna retreat into a Shaman. But at this point, it really didn't matter what he did. That was a close game. Zack takes the game with... Yep, George is just gonna scoop. Zack takes the game without attacking even once. Those Lysanders, makes me think maybe I need some Aqua Secret Base in that deck. Alright, but thanks for watching, everyone. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Later.